those are some of your questions, and I got the answers, so let's get into it. And welcome back to Unnecessary Inventions. So it's been a few weeks since my last Q&A, so I hopped on over to Instagram, asked you guys to ask your best questions, and I'm gonna answer them for you today. So let's see what you guys got. I thought this would be a good one to start with. Do you play Minecraft? I have never played Minecraft before, but I do know that PewDiePie is playing it right now on YouTube, so that means I need to come up with an invention that has something to do with Minecraft. So go comment down below what I can make that's based around Minecraft, because I have no idea anything about it. Get on it. Is it possible to combine useless objects? I don't know about useless, but you can combine some of my unnecessary inventions. Some of the good combos might be the Lego socks and the incognito kicks. To be prepared for the weather, you could do the eye wiped and the anywhere hook. Or if you are feeling very adventurous heading to work, you could do the heels wheels and the scooter computer commuter. What was the hardest invention to make? The hardest one was definitely the finger tracks, because my engineering skills are about a 3 out of 10. And so actually figuring out how to make a track that actually worked was a difficult part. But after like 3 or 4 days, I finally figured out how to make it work, and I filmed that video, and it was beautiful. Okay, I like this one. What ideas have you scrapped, and what makes an idea good enough to make? So I don't think I have any inventions that I started making and then never finished because I didn't think it was good enough. I have a list in my phone of different invention ideas, so maybe some of the ones that are on that list haven't made it into production process, but if I start a project, I'm going to finish it. And I would say what makes a good idea good enough to make? I would say the first thing would be that it doesn't already exist for purchase somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised if some of my inventions you could find sort of like a remixed version available, but if I do an immediate search of just those first keywords and it pops up in Google that you can buy it somewhere, then I'm not gonna make it. And just because something is called an unnecessary invention does not mean it's useless. All of them have a use, so they have to accomplish something. But wouldn't it be easier to just do it in some sort of other fashion? And I think that's right on the pinpoint of where I create my unnecessary inventions. What is your opinion on tomato soup? I absolutely despise Bloody Marys as a drink, and that's tomato based, so I'm gonna have to go a big thumbs down on tomato soup. Okay, do you like Jane Richson's work? I don't know how to say his last name, but I absolutely love it. If you haven't seen his work, he basically just destroys things. You probably saw his balloon popping video at some point over the past few weeks, and we have been in touch about building an unnecessary invention where he pops balloons. So stay tuned, and you might see that in the future. Do you eat or drink something special in order to get these amazing ideas? So I pretty much run on candy. I go to the candy store far more frequently than I should, and my dentist hates me, but Swedish Fish, Sour Patch Kids, and gummy bears, I could live on those things. Is UI just you or a team? You often write we and us. I will have a video soon introducing you to the entire team. And if you're new here, there are 7 different clones of myself. Well, I guess not me, I'm 002. The original Matty Benedetto, he's sort of the brainchild. And then there's 6 different clones of us that sort of manage different parts of this operation. And I'm 002 and I run the YouTube channel. Can you support yourself financially with those inventions? Well, considering that you cannot purchase any of my inventions anywhere, I'm gonna have to go and say no. But that doesn't mean that there are not things coming out for sale soon that you can purchase from Unnecessary Inventions. There will be a few drops over the next few months that I think you're gonna really love. Where do you manufacture your designs? I manufacture everything right here. Welcome to my studio. And that goes perfectly into the next question. What tools do you have in your workshop? Right over there, I got a 3D printer, I've got a sewing machine. Let's see, what else do I have? There's a sander, a jigsaw, a table saw, mold making materials, 3D printer filament. I've got my photo shoot stuff right over here. Maybe I will do an official studio tour at some point that kind of gives you a full breakdown on everything that I have in here and how I bring it to life. Besides 3D printing, what are some other methods to make your inventions? As I just mentioned, I am really into mold making right now. It's super easy to do, and I think the results just come out really cool. So you can sort of mix 3D printing to get some different results. This one's actually a mold of my thumb that I use for my puppy thumbs. It's really fun how exact you can make all of the stuff. How much money does it normally take to build an invention? That is a good question. I think it really depends on what method I'm using to build one of the inventions. If it's something that's just 3D printed, it's gonna be super cheap. I would say probably the most expensive item that I've made was the Reality Check 5000. So for that one, I actually hired a software developer and he made the actual program. I'll throw a link down below and you can find out exactly how many people are not following you on Instagram. So my inventions probably range anywhere from $5 to, I'm gonna say $300 to build one of my inventions. What's the design you hate the most, either in making or just personally? What do I hate the most? I don't think I hate any of them. Some of them were more difficult to make than others, but I think they're all masterpieces in their own sort of unnecessary, unique way. It's a labor of love. We'll just put it at that. You'd make insane amounts of money selling majority of these, ... Why not? I guess there are two things. One, there are more things to life than just making loads of money. And two, I think I just get way more enjoyment out of you asking me to purchase them and me telling you no than actually selling them and making those loads of money. How many lawsuits have you been threatened with? Well, technically none. I did get that cease and desist from Crocs, but that's not a lawsuit. That's just sort of like a shake of the finger at someone. Maybe I should do a cease and desist challenge and see how many companies I can piss off without actually getting a lawsuit. What was your first invention ever? My first unnecessary invention ever was the AirPod chopsticks. I launched those back in March of 2019, this year. And they kind of went viral on Reddit, and here we are now. If that never happened, I don't think that I would have created this whole shindig. So many things a lot of the times are just about being at the right place at the right time. And I guess that's what happened. How many of them are in line waiting to be released or made? I have an entire notepad of ideas. Look at that. What, there's probably 30 on here to be made? The ideas pretty much never stop coming to me, and I'll just jot them down here in my notepad, whether it's an actual idea or maybe it's just sort of like a problem that I haven't quite figured out what the invention is gonna be for that problem. And then I pretty much just go through the list, figure out which one I'm in the mood to work on, and get to it. Usually, I'm pretty much only working on one invention at a time. I might have something in the back of my head figuring out how it might work, but physically actually designing and making something, it's only one at a time. But I do have an idea for an invention that would take probably like 2 months to make, that I'm still trying to figure out how to bring it to life before it takes that 2 months to make. So we'll see if that one becomes a reality. So check back in like 3 or 4 months when I actually figure it out, make it, and then make it. And for the last one, we can have a special guest, hopefully. How does your mom feel about it? Why don't we just give her a call? I don't know if she'll answer. She's leaving me high and dry. Hello?
You called?
Yes, I'm filming a Q&A video right now, and my one question was, what does your mom think of it? So you have one sentence to describe what you think the unnecessary inventions are to you. Like, how do you feel about them?
Okay. Is this a Q&A from somebody else to you?
Correct.
Oh, okay. How do I feel about them?
You have one sentence, so don't mess it up.
I have one sentence. Am I actually speaking this into it, or you're going to type it in?
You'll have to find out when the video comes out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Maybe that's what I think.
Jesus Christ, that's it. Okay, thanks, bye.
No.
Well, now you know. Oh, she's calling me back. You need a redemption?
I can't believe I have seven identical children.
Exactly. Congratulations. You are now the owner of a, what is it? No, that'd be 8 octuplets. Yes.
I can't believe I am the parent of septuplets, identical septuplets.
Perfect. Okay, bye. Okay, with that, I think that is going to be all of the questions I'm going to answer for today. Thank you for submitting your questions, and be sure to check back later this week to see how I make my next invention. And with that, I will see you later. See ya!